Hi, this is Green's Boundary, where I do predictions of the future. If you'd like me to do prediction for you, let me know in the comments below. Just a reminder, we do lives here on Saturdays and Sundays at 10 a.m. Central and Tuesdays and Thursdays at 5:30 p.m. Central. So make sure you mark it down on your calendar so you do not miss out. So let's get started with the card of the day. As we're waiting for people to come onto the chat. So today's card from the Universe Has Your Back deck. This is the message from Universe to us. So through prayer and meditation, I create a ripple effect of peace in the world. So there you go. Very nice artwork. Okay, so that was our message from Universe to us for today. So let's get into some of the questions that people had previously. If I can find them. I'm doing it all alone today, so let's get into this. Okay, so somebody had asked the question. Well, they made a comment that somebody, another psychic, had said Ethereum will be going away in a certain amount of time. So it was a curious question to have, at least. Let's have a look at if there's any validity to this particular reading. Okay, it could be. Maybe Ethereum goes away sometime soon. You never know. So let's have a look at that question. As we're waiting for some of the people to come on board. So for this particular question, we got Daisy Chains, we got Bob, we got two of the heavy hitters here so far. Awesome stuff. It's going to be making the remote viewing a little easier for today. Hopefully they stick around, and we got a pretty good one for today. So this whole entire notion of Ethereum that will be going away, it could be that it's going to be highly regulated because it's a known entity, like our little Vitalik keychain. So there's this situation where, the U.S. government or governments around the world knows who he is, and they can put a gun to his head and tell him what to do exactly with the blockchain itself. But of course, now he has to convince all of the other people that are working on the blockchain, okay, validators and all that, and people that are storing their Ethereum and locking it away to make extra money to create more Ethereum for the blockchain. He has to convince all of them to do the certain things that the government wants, which is very, very hard to do. Getting everybody to agree on one thing, as we've noticed, especially with Bitcoin, the validators on the blockchain for Bitcoin, getting them all to agree on one thing, or a good portion of people to agree on something, is very, very difficult. And it's a feature, not a bug. Okay? So this whole notion of Ethereum going bye-bye, the health of that particular situation, I don't see it as being anything other than she may have been picking up, or he or she may have been picking up on something that where it could be highly regulated by another entity outside of Ethereum. So it may not be the exact Ethereum that we're wanting. Okay. There's that aspect of it. And so as the core idea may go away, okay, with our Vitalik friend and the gun to the head, but I don't see it actually going away at any time. So it's going to be here for quite some time. It's going to be the second biggest cryptocurrency blockchain for a long, long, long time. I think Bitcoin is going to keep that top spot for quite some time moving forward. So all these people that want Ethereum to be the top dog, I don't think that'll ever happen. in our lifetime, because there's too many uh, bigger people within the Bitcoin community that won't allow that to happen. And there's a lot of things going on behind the scenes with Bitcoin and Ethereum that they have plans for. Okay. So this whole particular situation, I think she or he, the other psychic, was picking up on the changes that may occur because of outside regulations or outside influences on top of the Ethereum blockchain. Um, People that are involved in that particular situation, I think they're going to be holding strong with many of the things that keep Ethereum Ethereum. Okay. There may be slight changes for government regulators and all that sort of thing going forward, but Ethereum is a speeding freight train, and there's no stopping it at any time soon. Some of the smaller blockchains, maybe the old original Ethereum, may go bye bye, but the big one, second on the top, is not going to be going anywhere anytime soon. Okay. Yeah. Okay. There's some things going by here. So let's get into the second question that was posed, and then we'll get into the remote viewing. Now, somebody was asking about the BRICS new money that's going to be coming out very, very soon, or if it hasn't come out already, which is based on assets. And this is one of the readings that I did long, long time ago, that I saw that there's going to be a new currency that was going to be backed by gold and silver and other assets. And the BRICS have just announced that they're going to be bringing out their own currency that's going to be based on gold. Now, the question is the rest of the world going to be partaking in that? I know a lot of countries are signing on to the BRICS nations. There was 13 so far in the last little while that have signed on to the BRICS way of doing things and getting rid of the United States. And I could see Saudi Arabia taking hold of that particular crypto. And it's not cryptocurrency; it's a currency backed by gold, which is much, much better than the old, well, non-backed currencies that we're currently using. So let's have a look at some of the things that are some very good questions coming up very, very soon. Thank you, Daisy James. We'll get to those momentarily. Okay. So what's the new BRICS money going to be looking like in the next little while? I'm thinking that it's going to be very, very good at strength-wise. It's going to be overtaking the U.S. dollar in a big way. It's going to be overtaking much of the old currency system over time. Thinking 3, 4, 5 years from now, it's going to be the currency that everybody's going to be using in the next little while, excluding U.S. and Canada. Unfortunately, they're going to be the last to stand with their old currencies, and that's going to be dying very, very soon as we move into a new age. And so there's going to be the BRICS currencies and cryptocurrencies, and maybe some gold and silver that are going to be left over from all that debacle. Other things that the cards are revealing, that it's going to be worrying a lot of the American counterparts and Canadian counterparts moving forward, and they're going to be scrambling. And we're already seeing this, even though we even saw that the United States was asking Canada to take over the situation in Haiti, which I already said wasn't really going to be a big thing. We're more peacekeepers than actual soldiers. That's what we're best at. So there's going to be a huge worry with the American side of things and Canadian side of things, and it's going to be a very very short journey from one to the other, according to the cards. So it's going to be the old U.S. currency going into a BRICS for international trade. On that, when that happens, and we're going to have to cave to the new system here in North America and Europe and all that. I think Europe is going to be getting into that situation much quicker because they're closer to land wise, and then the U.S. and Canada. So just expect new money for the UK, for Germany, France, and all that sort of thing, and new rules. Even Macron was wanting to get rid of the American situation that they've gotten everybody into, and actually backpedaling on many of the things that he's been doing. But not, unfortunately, everything that he's been doing as of late. In Germany will be changing, but it's going to be a hard fought battle. They're going to be fighting. Germany and France governments are going to be fighting to the bitter end to keep everything going the way that it's been going for centuries, right? People in power always want to stay in power no matter the cost. So this is what we're seeing today in all of those European countries, and they're losing very, very quickly. Okay. And I think the new BRICS currency is going to be overtaking much of those currencies moving in the next 2 to 3 years' time. Okay, so that was a little look at the BRICS currency coming up. Now let's get into some of the chat. I see some people talking here. We got Daisy Janes. Hello, Daisy Janes. We got Carney. We got Bob. Hello, Bob. And we got Richard. Hello, everybody. Hopefully you are ready for the remote viewing. We got some heavy hitters here. Let's get into the remote viewing. I just got to bring it up here on the screen. Okay. So there's the target number for everybody. So it's 36140,661. So what is the things that you've been picking up on the remote viewing target? So you reach out thinking of the numbers psychically, and you reach out and you touch the target. What is the texture that you're feeling? Okay. So what's some of the things that we're feeling about the target going forward? Well, yes, you can try to read my mind. That's not the point of remote viewing, but you can do that as well. I've kind of forgotten what the target is, so you can try to read mine, mind on what it is. But it is possible, and that's why they have the person implementing the target to the does not know what's in the envelope. Okay, if you're doing it properly, you would have a whole slew of them, and you would just pick one at random for the remote viewing session. Okay, but we're kind of doing it on a lesser scale than what they would do. So we do have some what Bob Job says. It feels strong. Okay. Daisy Chain says it's you touch it and it's kind of elastic. Okay, So maybe it has a little bit of give. It has a little springy um, feel to it. Okay, very, very good. And Bob Jobs says it's very, very solid. Okay, so any other textures that we're feeling with the target today? Number reference. You want the number back up? We'll put the number back up there. There you go. So there you go. So it's solid. So you reach out and you bring your face in and you give it a good whiff. um, so what is the first thing that comes to mind as you're smelling the target? So Bob Jobs says it's stone. So maybe like a brick or a stone, maybe some gravel type of thing going on with that. Okay. Oh, okay. Daisy Chain says she felt numbers. Okay, that could be. Um, very interesting. I wonder how you feel. We would feel numbers. Maybe it goes do, 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 like binary or something in your fingers or something. We have Bob Jobs says it's a natural setting or nature, so it's not man-made, or part of it is natural in some way. We have chemicals, so you're feeling and you smelling and you smell chemical type smells on the target itself. Very, very interesting. Okay. So, any other smells that we're smelling or sensing? So, you're feeling the object and you're giving it a smell, and you give it a listen. What's some of the sounds that are coming around the particular target? We have another smell, which is bleach, okay, or bleach like. Interesting. And water. So you're running. It could have the sound of water, smell of plastic. Okay, we're getting very good at this. Um, so, any sounds that we're picking up? We got a small crew today. We only got 6 people. Splash. Okay. So you hear splashing sounds. Uh, very interesting. I'm thinking starting to remember the target. If it's the one I'm thinking of, that would be very, very um, pertinent to the target. Sloshing sound. Okay. Interesting. So splashing and sloshing. Maybe some gurgling, like a brook or something. We got that chemical smell, which could be part of it, part of nature. Is there any structures that are part of the target? Sitting in the middle of the natural setting. Because we got that stone feeling. We have the very solid, kind of an elastic feel to this situation here. What are some of the other things that we're picking up about the target? So we got the sloshing. We have the sounds, we got the smells, we got the, what's it taste like? Like if you reached out and you stuck your tongue out, what would the taste be? And mine jumps to Niagara Falls. Okay. Daisy Chain says, I got Olympic, like an Olympic Park or something like that. Okay. Very interesting. It's funny, me and the wife are thinking of going to Niagara Falls as a trip coming up very, very soon. So you may have been picking up on that a little bit. But it does fit. And we got Caesar in the background here. Hello, Caesar. Hey, you gonna come up? So we got salty. So another taste. Yeah. Maybe salty water, or the structure has a salty flavor to it. So we got the sounds, we got the taste, we have games. They could be like a carnival or something like that going on around it. Interesting. Oh, he's going away. How large is the structure? Is it very, very large? You have to crane your neck to see the whole thing, or is it very, very small? I got you going to the casino. Yeah, we do that every so often. Hood or a canopy? I think the wife was talking about a casino that's around there that we may want to go to um, by Niagara Falls. Hood or canopy? So that would be the structure. So a tented type of thing. Okay. That could fit. So is it a large structure or a fairly small structure or target? Yeah, we're working out the details of going to Niagara Falls soon. So, and that won't be till July. Large, very, very large structure or target. I shouldn't say structure, because maybe something else. It's mixed, so it could be large, some large components to the structure and some smaller parts to the structure. Okay. Or it could be natural and man-made structures that are put there as well. What are some of the other things that we're picking up with this one? Reference to a circle or circles. Okay, so there could be circles within circles, or one circle or many circles. Many could be rings. Hot Travis says it's a Tesla. Very interesting. I wonder where everybody is today. If they have a bigger crew today on the Sunday. Maybe they're afraid. Ooh. or there's something going on, a soccer game or something. Anything else that we're picking up? So it's a very large structure. It has circles. It has a springy feel to it. It has solid parts to the structure. It has a hood, canopy. And there's a thing with a number 5 involved in it. Interesting. Yeah, we'll get to your card reading, no problem. We have turbines, like a hydro dam type of deal. Daisy Chain's I got polka dots. Okay. And Bob Job says it's a workplace. Could be. Give it a few more minutes as we're waiting for more people to come on for the second part of the show. Anything else we like to throw out there? What the target is for today? Swimming pools. Okay. Or pools of water or liquid of some sort. Okay. Very, very good. Anything else? Tickets to buy. Airplane hangar. Oh, airplane hangar. Okay. Plane. Oh, we got some other people playing. Airplane hangar. We got a boatyard. Okay. And a plane. Excellent stuff. Anything else? So for Tara, who's just joined us, we have a salty taste. We have a solid object that's kind of tinted in a way. It must be near some type of water, like pools or a pool. We have that boatyard. We have a feeling of stone on the sides of the target. Somebody said something like Niagara Falls, that sort of feeling to the thing. Canals. Okay. And a plane. Awesome. Should we reveal? Or do we have some more insights to the target for today? Hills. Rundown. Oh, so the the object in question could be very, very run down. Okay, dilapidated structure. Well, if it's Canadian, that would be correct. Many of our structures are dilapidated. I'm not sure where this target is. So we got the hills, we got the rundown looking dilapidated structure. What else are we picking up? Can't spell today. That's okay. Yeah, we're going to leave the last half hour to answering people's questions. Right now, we're doing the remote viewing. So if there's anything that you're picking up about the target, just throw it out there. First thing that you think of. Okay. We have is to moi. It's moi. Coming on. And some very good questions from him. We'll get to those in a second. Anything else? Palm tree. Okay. Arrows. Interesting. Should I reveal? Directions to go. So that's like some signage on the side. Where it could be signs. You go this way for that, and this way for this, and that sort of thing. It could be. Let's reveal. Okay. Now for today's remote viewing, let's see what we got. It's a nice bridge. Okay, we got the sloshing, we got the salty taste, which would be the water. We have the sloshing and gurgling and burbling and all that of the water rushing by. We have the solid structure that people were picking up. I think it is it is stone. Okay. There's the signage up there. The daisy chains was picking up. Okay, there's street signs up there. Some trees and some lamps. That sort of thing. I'm not sure where this is exactly, but you did very, very well. And probably the arrows are probably the arrows that are on the sign. Go this way, go that way, that sort of thing. What were some of the other things that were said? Palm trees. Yes, they're trees. I think this is a Canadian bridge, so it wouldn't be palm trees, unfortunately. But yes, there was trees. Dilapidated structure, probably being Canadian, it probably is. We got the hills, probably some hills in the background. And we have canals, as Bob Job said. So he's probably picking up this, going through. Okay. Yeah. Somebody said plane. Just trying to see if there's a plane on there. Could be. Highly likely there's a plane in there. Just can't see it. And boats. Boat yard. If you look very, very closely, there's a ferry boat here. Yep, top screen. Right there, there's a boat off in the distance. So awesome work today, guys. That was very, very good. You're getting sharper and sharper and sharper and building those psychic muscles. The more you do it, the better it gets. Okay. Let's reveal next week's target. Gotta find the right thing here. Oop. Gotta get rid of that one. And then go to the text. Okay. Now for the new one, moving for next week. Hopefully it's a little bit more lively for next week. We have the brand new one. Nope, that's the wrong. There's the new envelope. That's the 793-131 is the new number. So make sure you write that down on a clean piece of paper, whatever medium you're going to be working on, and make sure that you use all those psychic abilities to try to pick out what it is within the envelope. You guys did a very good job today. Awesome stuff. Okay, so 793-131 is the new target number. Okay. Okay, let's get into the chat before we run out of time. Now, Richard was asking, will Kasper and CAS be better investment than Injective protocol for the next 2 to 3 years? Make sure that we got a lot of questions going. We got a half hour left. So for the Kasper, I guess, Kasper or Injective, which will be the better investment? I think Injective will be the better of the two moving forward. I think it's going to be making a little bit more money than the Kasper overall. And I think Kasper is going to be having some situations going on that they may not be able to recover from. Okay, so just make sure that if I had a choice, I wouldn't do either one of these at all personally. But if I was going to, I would just invest in both. But I do think Injective protocol is the better of the two for the next 2 to 3 years. Okay. What else we got? Hi, Andre. Everyone, do you see a drop in price of silver this month? I think everything is, like we had said previously, that I think everything is going to be taking a little dive, not a huge one, not 14, for the Bitcoin and all that. This is everything starting to settle and finding their new footing for the next little while as the banking industry starts to collapse. And silver has to be realized even more because it's been suppressed for so long. It's been longer than my memory can come up with, that silver and gold and all those assets have been suppressed. But I do think that silver is going to be brought down a little bit, and it may be the last hurrah for the next little while for April. And then when we go into May, I think things are going to be sprucing up. Not the complete bull run, but it's going to start to creep up nice and slow. And I think by the closer we get to year end, it's going to start to really ramp up in that time period as people start to realize the old banking system is not the greatest thing, and they're still trying to push that CBDC nonsense on everybody, which is going to be basically falling flat on its face in most parts of the United States and Canada. Okay. Especially United States, it's not the same everywhere. There's pockets of different thinking. Okay, same here in Canada. If you go Alberta, Saskatchewan, Manitoba, a little bit are more red. If you're thinking of it as an American thinking, and they won't put up with much of this nonsense that's going on right now with the CBDCs and all that sort of thing, especially Alberta, Saskatchewan as well, right in the middle of the country. Everybody else can do whatever they want to do. And then when we get into the United States, we're going to have Montana, Texas, Florida, and many of those states not going along with the CBDCs. And without a doubt, they're going to be fighting that tooth and nail because a lot of people, once there's one cashless society with one currency, that means something to a lot of people on the planet, especially Christians and anyone who follows the Holy Bible or a Bible. They will think of it as the end of the world. So everybody's going to be fighting that tooth and nail, and actually saving their hard-earned wealth into other things. And that's going to be including that silver moving forward. Okay. The World Economic Forum is smart but they're also stupid at the same time. I don't think they're prepared for what's having to happen. We have an emergency broadcast test from the government getting alerted to us at 3 p.m. 3rd 8:20. Yeah, we have those as well. Yeah, it's actually a regular thing on our phones here in Canada. So don't be alarmed by it. Sometimes it's just a test, or here in Manitoba, it's usually a missing child or a traffic situation and it's very, very loud. So, yeah, you're going to enjoy the same thing we have here in Canada. Nothing to really worry about. It's just annoying half the time. Yeah, even if your phone is on silent, same as what we have already. So I wouldn't worry about it. It'll make you jump if you're not paying attention to it. These Janes asks, Andre, will we hear some truth news in September, according to a psychic from Musk and Trump? Or is Musk and Trump working together? Musk is kind of going into that part of his thinking is changing. I was picking up that he used to be on the left and now he's going more and more to the right because it makes more business sense. And there's lots of money to be made on the other side. And I do think they probably have met and they probably talked out a plan moving forward. I do think that Trump and Musk are probably working together in some aspects. Okay? It wouldn't be the entire thing because Trump has to have a lot of things on the go to get everything done. For some reason, there's some financial money going back and forth between the two, Trump and Musk. I think Trump may be helping Musk out with some type of project moving forward, and there's some type of partnership with the two moving forward on some new project that they were keeping quiet. I'm picking up that there may be a new situation that they're both going to be working on very, very soon, or well, they would already be working on it. It wouldn't be revealed to the public for some time. Okay. And it's going to be a system of helping the people that are going to be devastated by the banking industry doing its thing. Because you have to remember, not everybody's into cryptocurrencies, gold and silver. So, because they don't listen. Oh, nothing's wrong. And I think Trump and Musk are going to be working on something to help those people out. It's not going to be more of a band-aid to get you through. It's not going to be completely getting rid of your situation. Never ever rely upon anybody else if you can help it. Okay. But they will reveal that in that particular time. I think it's to help the people of the world move forward after everything happens, because 90% of the population is not prepared for what is coming. Okay, because they don't listen. So we have to help them up. Okay, so that's going to be a thing on that date. That's what I'm basically picking up. According to Tucker Carlson, Canada has few rights left and few guns. Oh no, Canada. Much of the gun situation is not. I know a couple gun people who have guns here in Canada. nothing's really changed with that. It's just purchasing new firearms. If you already have firearms, you're still okay. You can just hide them. Oh, I lost them in a lake. Wink, wink. Um, and hide them in the backyard or something. So that part of your question, yes, it's harder to get a handgun. It's not so bad to get a rifle here, like for hunting and that sort of thing, or bows and arrows. You know, if we're thinking of actually taking up archery for fun, and we like doing that type of physical activity, so you can still do that. Rifles you can still get into, and but it's just the handguns that's a very hard situation to get yourself into, and I think that's what he's talking about. And yes, even the rights, we don't have the same thing as the United States. It's the Bill of Rights here in Canada. We have privileges, and when you really look at the American Bill of Rights, it's more privileges than rights. And this is why here in Canada, we don't really have rights. It's just assumed that we do. It wasn't really written into on paper that we do. And Canada is not actually a country. Did you know that? It's a corporation. People don't realize that. Everybody thinks, oh, it's a country. There's a little piece of paper that was supposed to be signed for the natives. The natives did their part, and the paperwork was signed, but it hadn't been signed from the British government way back then. So technically and legally, Canada still belongs to the natives, and it's not, because the person that was supposed to sign that piece of paper passed away the night before. They never got around to it. Hundreds of years later. So legally, Canada is not a country, but legally it's a corporation. So they can do whatever they want with the Canadian people, but many Canadians won't put up with that for very, very long. And we still have guns. Don't kid yourself. Okay? Especially in Alberta, Saskatchewan, parts of Manitoba, we still got guns, so don't worry about that. Okay? But yeah, our rights are going away very, very quickly. But there's a lot of pushback on our side. Okay, hopefully that answers your question. Solar eclipse on 19th and 20th. Pam Greger says we could see some new beginnings. Yeah. I do see a lot of new beginnings as more and more information comes out to the public, especially the CIA or whatever documents that came out, and it's true. We've known this for like ever, that in the UK, or not the UK, the Ukraine war is not going as planned as they're revealing on the news. We already knew that. And all of those things, and it's going to make people start to think, and that's the most important thing for change, okay, is that people think for once and start to make changes from those new thoughts. The thoughts are very, very powerful things, okay? Once your thinking changes, I know a lot of people are going to be disorganized because they have to change their thinking from one situation to another, especially the people not paying attention. And that's going to be throwing a lot of people off. And yes, there's going to be a lot of changes. This will be the time of changes. This is the Great Awakening. Nobody said it was going to be fun, or nobody said it was going to be easy, but it's going to be necessary for our survival, and we have to go against the elites and push them to the side. And it's Not as hard as people think. We just have to be, as a group, stop listening to them and not participate in their shenanigans. Okay? And be like France and Germany and UK and do the things that they're doing to bring upon change. Okay? We already went through that. What else we got here? There we go. 3-card reading if possible. It is possible. We got time. Here we go, Tara. And I got to go finish the laundry. The glamorous life of Andre. The wife says, I'm on laundry Andre. I do the laundry in the household. For Tara, I think we're going to be having a situation where you're going to have to claw yourself back up from some type of situation that you're going to be getting yourself into, and it's not going to be very fun. It's not. Your world's not going to collapse or anything, but it's going to be a bit of a tough time coming up for yourself. It's going to be more of the financial situation, and you're going to really have to be fighting your way back up to where you were. So be prepared for something that's going to be. You could sidestep this particular situation if you see it. It's more of a job thing I'm picking up, so be alert to that and be prepared if you have to move, and be flexible with your movements. Okay? So, said you may have a little bit of a situation coming up for yourself. So be prepared, be flexible in your approach, and you will be overcoming that situation in due time. Not going to be fun, but it's doable. Okay? Hopefully that helps you out. Hi, Andre. How high do you see Dent going this year? Will it stay around the current price? I think that we did a reading last show, I believe, that it's going to be going down a little bit in the next couple of years. But for this year, I think it's going to be okay. It's going to be kind of staying where it's at. But in the next 2 to 3 years, I think I was reading that it may have some type of situation coming up for itself that it gonna have a long time of recovery. So maybe some good buying opportunities out there for everybody on Dent for the next little while. So just be ready with that one. So it's gonna dip a little bit in the next couple of years in a big way. Just some things coming along and getting in the way, but it will recover. Okay? But overall, I think it's going to be doing just fine. Will Dent have any new partnerships and become more accepted and popular in the coming years? Yes, but it's also those partnerships that are going to be putting it into a situation that may not be favorable for Dent itself. Okay, so that's probably why it's going to be dipping in the next little while. This is years down the road, because one of those things that they've gotten themselves into kind of spoiled, and now they have to claw their way back up from that particular situation. Okay, hopefully that helps you out. I had some private calls. I think it might be somebody who has been on my mind. Can you please confirm if it is him? Thank you very much. it is somebody that you're thinking it is. I think there's something about money. Okay. They wanting money, or they're going to give you money, or something along those lines. I don't have this bad feeling about this person, and just they're looking for some type of assistance in some way. So maybe you want to look into that particular situation. I think you're going to be turning them down for whatever reason. And then you're going to have to work something out with this person going forward. Okay, hopefully that helps you out. In process of writing children's book, do you see it being successful? Thanks. Well, what do you think? Sometimes when we start to apply ourselves in particular situations, like a creative venture, I think it will. We start to doubt ourselves through the process, and I think the whole process is starting to do it and finishing it, and moving on and gaining information from that particular venture. Um, I'm picking up that you're not entirely uh, convinced that it'll do anything. So I think this one will do rather well. It won't be the big best selling book of them all, but it's going to be leading yourself into other things. Okay. And you're going to be charging into other projects that are kind of related to this one that you're working on. I don't think it's going to be children's books. It's going to be another angle that you hadn't thought of previously, and getting into that. And that might be a bit more successful to you moving forward. Okay. Hopefully that helps you out. Do you see spiritual churches increasing around the world? That'd be nice. Uh, I guess I think you had your first spiritual church experience, and it can be very exciting and new. The one we have here in Winnipeg is not traditional, because we have native drumming, we have psychics and mediums. Most spiritual churches will only allow mediums on the stage to do readings, where I'm not a medium and I was on the stage and I was giving messages to the people in the audience. Well, they say I'm mediumistic. I do occasionally pick up the odd thing from the other side, uh, from heaven, or whatever you want to call it. I do think that will increase a little bit, but that whole spiritual church thing kind of scares a lot of people. Okay. So it's hard to keep your people coming when they're freaking out when they hear Aunt Betty giving them a message from the other side. Because I've seen it. I'll be running the service back in the day, and we have some brand new people that come in, and they're highly Christian way over here. I don't mind Christians, but they're Christians that were way to the right. So I start doing my thing, and you see these people who are sitting up front run out the door. Ah! So people have to get over that knee-jerk reaction of running away when they hear the Aunt Mary giving them a message from the other side. There's no hiding in a spiritual church. If you're trying to hide yourself, you're not going to be doing that. And people come into the church and they're trying to hide what they're thinking. You're in a room full of psychics and mediums. Somebody's going to be picking up something because you're putting more energy into hiding something, and that just alerts the psychics around you going, what's going on with that guy? So it can be that feeling of unnerving feeling to people that are not adept to psychics and mediums being everywhere. Being in that situation, you better be very, very comfortable with who you are, because people are going to be picking up on that in no time flat. They'll be nice about it and they'll give guidance, but I think people like to keep secrets from everybody else for whatever reasons. Okay, so hopefully that answers. Yes, but it'll take some more time. It's a great place to be, and I encourage everybody to try it at least once. You may get hooked. Okay. And man, doing laundry? Wow. I do dishes too. I did the vacuuming last night too, when the wife went to work. Okay. So with that said, I guess we're at the hour. It's the glamorous life of Andre, doing laundry and dishes and vacuuming. Anyways, let's end the show. If you'd like a personal reading with me, make sure you go to secondreadingsbyandre.com, where all that information is there. If you like a personal healing with my wife, who's a master Reiki master, make sure you go to secondreadingsbyandre.com, where all that information is there on the bottom of the page. If you'd like to protect your cryptocurrencies in the best possible way, make sure you go to secondreadingsbyandre.com, where we have the Trezor affiliate link that you can press. And if you should happen to purchase the Trezor wallet from that link, know that we make a little bit of money from that purchase. So until we meet again on Tuesday and Thursday for 5:30, I'll see you in the future. Make sure you like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the future. Bye-bye.